welcome. I'm Lynn of Lynn X Stitches Creates, and welcome to my Flosstube channel about count and cross stitch in the project bags I make. It is Monday, July 15th, 2024. This is episode 128. Welcome if you're new, if you just found me. I hope you enjoy what you see. Come back and visit, subscribe, ring the bell, all the things. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I love all our conversations, interactions, etc. So, this last weekend, I was at a retreat with my friends. It was just a private retreat. My friends and I, well, let's say, Black Needle Society has been doing Frogwarts, which is a Harry Potter themed digital retreat for 4 years now. And the last couple of years, my friends and I have been saying, oh, we should just get together and be together, you know, instead of just being online. And this year, I did not get the box because of my traveling in Australia. And we just decided, a couple of us had the box and a couple of us didn't, but it was just a group of 7 of us. And we had the best time making our own girls' retreat. We all met at Melina, who is part of Count Twice, Stitch Once. We met at her house. It was great. We were all very comfortable. You know, most of us were on blow-up mattresses, but if you've not been on the new blow-up mattresses, you're missing out because they are fabulous. I have never slept on such a comfortable blow-up before. I mean, I have a bad back, and I did great the whole weekend. But, you know, when I was going into this, I'm thinking, oh, you know, we're going to just sit, stitch, and talk, and, you know, we might do like a tea party or something like that. Athena of Stitching Goddess Designs was our other co-host. She and Melina went all out. They decorated the house. They had, we had tattoos. This was year 5. If you're not familiar with the Harry Potter stories in year 5, there is a Professor Dolores Umbridge who makes Harry write out, I will not tell lies, right? I must not tell lies. And because it's a school of magic and, you know, witchcraft, whatever, when he writes the line on the parchment, it gets written into his skin as a punishment. So they found these tattoos for everybody. I'm surprised this is still on because when I washed my hair, I thought for sure it would come off, but I've been very careful with it. It's kind of rolling, so I can take it off before I go pick up my grandson at preschool today. But so we had the tattoos, we played games, we did crafts. It was amazing. It was so much fun. And of course we did a lot of stitching and a lot of talking and just had a great time. I left the house one time. I got there on Wednesday afternoon, left yesterday morning, and I left the house once. And that was to go with Connie, the other half of Count Twice, Stitch Once. We went to a store called The Treadle, which is a fabric store. I really didn't need more fabric, but I'll show you what I got. If you're going to be at Sweater Weather in October, Colleen likes retro. And I found these fabrics on the clearance section, and how could I resist these retro fabrics? So Colleen, these will be made into project bags, especially for your retreat. So that's one. And this one, different color, pretty much the same. So, whoops, this way. So I got that, and then I also found this cute fabric which is very retro and made me think of Colleen. I don't know if you'll like this one or not, Colleen, but it does have green in it. So those will be at sweater weather. I did find, it's the Gray Pumpkin Charlie Brown fabric. I'm not sure what I have to put inside this. Surprisingly enough, when John bought me all the Snoopy fabric 2 years ago, he did not get Halloween. But I personally don't stitch a lot of Halloween, though I sew a lot of Halloween, so. And then this one, I don't know when I'll get this one done. Probably around the same time. Isn't that pretty? It was on a clearance table for like nothing. So, yeah. So a few things that I got from the fabric store. Plus some fabric. Connie wanted me to make her a bag, a special bag to go with some things that she made for Camp Black Needle, which is the live in-person retreat the first weekend in August. I'm looking forward to that. That's my next trunk show. So as it gets closer, I'll show some things that are going to be in that trunk show. Okay, so that was the only purchases I had this weekend. Now, technically, and you'll see why. Let's do some stitching. So, I pulled out, since it was year 5 and Professor Umbridge is big into tea, I pulled out Tea Time by Ink Circles. This is one that Candy, the 614 Stitcher, had given me for my birthday, and I've been working on it over the last couple of years, and this is where I am now. So this weekend I finished this teapot, added in the leaves, this little plant, I'm not sure what the plant is, and this creamer. So it is, there's one more tea kettle here, and then the words, and then I'm done. So this is one I would definitely like to finish this year as part of my 60 before 60 finishes. Get my whips down to 60, because I've got a lot. So that's the first one. Wasn't the first one I worked on, but it is the first one that I am showing. Okay. I pulled out The Season to Sparkle by Tiny Modernist. This came in a Black Needle Society. The first year the Black Needle Society did the Niceless box, which is the Christmas Advent. Came with the fabric and the floss. And this is where I am now. This thing is full of mistakes. I keep counting off something and counting it to the wrong place. But you know what? It's mine, and I don't mind. So I added the word to and the ornament. So made progress on this. And that's what matters to me. And I like it. It's fine. So I've got sparkle, and I've got these flowers to add. I want to add something metallic to make the word sparkle sparkle. I've got to look at my étoile and see if it'll go with the yellows that are already in there that were picked, called for. So I'll pull that out again though. And I worked on the Frogwarts, Black Needle Society Frogwarts Year 4. This is last year's pattern, theme pattern. Basically, I am here. And I have the dragon all done. I've got the Goblet of Fire all done. I had to rework the rings. I'm working on the maze, and I do not have the coach or the boot done yet. But, losing floss. Here is where I am now. So, like I said, this ring was wrong, so I had to frog just that top ring. I thought I was going to have to move the whole thing. It's been in timeout for the last year because during Frogwarts, it's very, very competitive, the online retreat. And I got going too fast, miscounted, all the things. But now it is fixed, and yeah. So I'm kind of excited. You can't see the white there. It looks like there was empty spaces, but there's white there by the goblet of fire. So I'm kind of excited that that's on track. So there's 3 more retreats. 2 more will be digital, and so I figure, you know, if I feel like working on it beforehand, I will. If not, I'll just work on it the weekends of Frogwarts and add to it. I also had Forest Friends with me, the Tiny Modernist Patreon sal, that is finished now. I had everything but the last circle done, and I've been adding to it. So I've added this flower here, I added all these flowers, and I've started on the bunny. And I didn't realize, I was thinking the bunny was the last thing. There are actually some flowers over here. So it's so close to being done. I'm going on another retreat this weekend, and I plan to bring it. So we'll see if we finish it this weekend or not. And then the last thing that I stitched on was my Forbidden Fiber, the Ever After sal. And I put in these 2. That one is all ready to go. And I put in last Monday's. And so this will be the spot for today's. And then for next week, I need to fill in the purple inside. And I'll have to move the scroll again to get the next set of frames going. But yeah. Oh, and I accidentally, Leanne, I'm sorry, I put the wrong red. But oops. It should have been the same as this red. I don't know. I was talking. What a surprise. So that's all my stitching for this week. It was a good stitchy weekend. Even with all the talking and watching movies and playing games we did. So then, let's see. All right, I had some Stitchy Kindness. Melina had gotten me a Peanuts notepad and a journal that she had picked up from somewhere. So thank you again, Melina. I love it. I love to take these journals with me when we're traveling and try to record things, you know, where we've been, what days and whatnot, because I'm old, I forget. When we played games, let's see if I can find everything. I won a couple of things. So we played some Minute to Win It games. You know, just silly things like ping pong balls into solo cups, using a straw to blow a Q-tip into a bowl. They had a tissue box, an empty tissue box with 12 ping pong balls. You tie it around your waist and try to get all the ping pong balls out, which is not easy if you have a butt, because then the tissue box sits at an angle and it's difficult to get everything out. That was a fun one. I'm not sharing the video of me doing that one because too much, you don't want to see that. What was the other games we played? Can't remember the other two, but we had a good time, and surprisingly, I won. Who knew? So what I got was for that prize was 2 of Athena's floss packs. I don't know if I should share one, because one is the August floss pack for Athena's monthly flosses, based on Molly Weasley. Show you quick. I don't want to spoil the surprise for those of you who subscribe. Athena will show it at the end of the month, and then Stacy will send them out. So if you're not part of that floss club and want to build up your floss, she does it on a theme, Harry Potter character, or like a store in Harry Potter world, and just is using it to build her stash of classic colorworks and general art. So this was actually the December one, which was inspired by Hufflepuff. So that's Classic Colorworks Green Onion, Gentle Arts Lemon Drop, Classic Colorworks Golden Star, Gentle Arts Banker's Gray, and Gentle Arts Black Licorice. So those are based on the house Hufflepuff. And then, like I said, the other one I got is August, which is based on Molly Weasley, which Athena will show on her channel. So that was for the Minute to Win It games. And then we did a stash dive in our bags that we brought. And I am a ridiculous person, and because I was driving, brought way too much. So, of course, I won that one. And I picked out the unofficial Harry Potter cookbook. So I figure next year I'm prepared with some things that I can bring to share with the group. We had way too much. Everybody brought stuff. We had way too much food. It's not like we need more food. And then we did, what was the other one? It was like a stash dive. Oh, what was the other game we played? Athena, I know you're yelling at me. I'm sorry. But I won that one too, surprisingly. I tied with Beth from Busy Bee Stitches, and, or Busy Bee Silly Me. I'll put her channel. She's one thing on Instagram and a little bit different, I believe, for her YouTube channel. So I will put her name there. But we ended up, Athena said, all right, because I was like, I already won, let Beth win. And Athena said, no, pick a number. And I picked the number. So I won that one too. It was a lucky weekend for me. Didn't start out that way, but it ended that way. So everybody won something. I don't think there was anyone that didn't. So for that one, I picked out my super cool cross-stitch journal. This was from Rami's Creations in 2023. So it has a place where you can put your project and all the notes, things about it, etc. So it's very cute. I'm gonna save it for 2024. I'll start using it then. So anything new that I start in I'm saving it for 2025 because it is 2024. Anything new I start in 2025. That. Beth was cleaning out her house. She's getting ready to move from Missouri to Massachusetts. Massachusetts is closer to her and her husband's families, so they're looking forward to the move. She was cleaning out some things that she has not yet used. this was, I believe, one of the things that Stacy from Thread the Needle Stitchery, she had a finishing club where every quarter she sent a piece to finish on, and then all the accoutrements. So this one Beth hadn't used yet, and I'm pretty sure that I have something that I can put on it that I finished recently. So I've got that. I'll put that over there. She also gave me Ymir silks. She does not use them. I think this was all the Christmas ones. So now I've got a whole ton more of Ymir silks. This was the final day's hank of silk. Isn't that pretty? All those colors. So I will not go through. They were in envelopes. If you're interested, go back to my Flossmas videos. Probably about day 10 is when I started showing them, because I was going to Australia. I started filming my my Christmas videos, my Flossmas in November. So because I started so early, I didn't have the box when I first started. It was not Ymir's fault. She had them out in time for December 1st. It was me that started early, so I don't know if she's doing it again or not. I hope so. They're very cool. Let's see. I also got some Gingham fabric from Beth. Then I got so we had a freebie table that Connie had brought some stuff that she was getting rid of. I picked out a couple of Mill Hill kits. Now she's already done these, but she put in the extra threads and beads. So this one, Winter Cheer, it's Marshmallow Sweet is what this one's called. Then there was Peppermint Travel. She had a Mirabilia Easter Fairy, which I've never done a Mirabilia, and I thought that might be a great place to start. It's not that big. It's 88 by 115. I think I could handle that. So, and then this is a pattern from Black Needle Society. This was like an early pattern for them. I even think it's #1. And I've loved this pattern forever, so be welcome. And then I got, I'm not sure if I have this or not. This is Thy Needle and Thread, or With Thy Needle and Thread. It's Brenda Gervais. It's part of her Hoopla series, right? Yeah. So, give thanks. I don't remember if I have this. If I have it, then I'll be giving it away. And those are for somebody else. And then we did, let me finish purchases. And then Athena, her LNS does a yard sale, garage sale, however you call it, every 2 years, and people bring things that they no longer want to sell. And Athena went through for us a couple of different times. So there's this one, Christmas Magic. I think it's so pretty. It's a Joan Elliott. I don't know if and when I'll start it, but I just like it. It's let's see, 138 by 202. So it's kind of big, but I have some ideas on how I might split it up. And then my absolute favorite purchase, when she said that this was available and it was only $8. We think maybe it was someone passed or couldn't stitch anymore, and her family was just trying to get. But $8. So this is what I'm getting. I have the called for fabric, all the floss, and then all 9 of the Little House Needleworks Early Americans. So Betsy Ross, John Hancock, Martha Washington, Nathan Hale. This is the center. It's called Freedom. Paul Revere, Abigail Adams, Patrick Henry, and Molly Pitcher. So that is all 9. It can be done singularly, like they did here, or all on one piece, which is what Pam of Just Keep Stitching did. She finished hers, I think, during COVID, honestly, because I know the first time I saw her working on it was before COVID. We were at Keepsakes stitching together. I love history, especially the American Revolution, and I have wanted to stitch that. I've seen it different times where 1 or 2 patterns were missing, and I never would have gotten them all for $8, let alone the fabric and the floss. So to whoever had that, thank you. I love you. Okay. So the last thing that we did, we also did a little bit of crafting. So Athena taught us how to letter stamp. So this is a metal disc, and then we stamped all the letters, and this was colored in with just some Sharpie marker. So mine says Ravenclaw because that's the house that I belong to. And then we did some diamond painting. So that's a coaster. We finished it with a nice cork back. And that's the Ravenclaw crest. So, I mean, blue, my color. So, what a weekend. What a full weekend. You know, Saturday night, we were just like, I can't believe this is coming to an end already. It went so fast. We had so much fun. We really wanted to just stay and keep stitching. And, you know, Melina was a wonderful hostess. She and her dog Faith, and Faith is an old dog. When we first got there Wednesday, she was not sure what was going on. And then yesterday when we were all packing up, she's like, "What? You were leaving?" Not that we gave her that many treats, but because she has a lot of allergies, so we have to be careful, and we listened to Melina as to when we could. But I think she got used to everybody being there and having all the scratches and all that kind of stuff. So it was such a great weekend. Like I said, this week I got to clean this up. I've got some sewing to do before I pick up my grandson this afternoon. And then I leave again on Thursday for the craft gallery retreat. Ori TM will be there. She's going to do a finishing class, I believe. Though we haven't stitched anything, so I don't know what we're finishing. And if I miss something, someone please tell me. Anyway, I will put a few pictures. We did have a costume contest. We all dressed up as the character Dolores Umbridge in various states. Janelle was Barbie Dolores Umbridge. Athena was nighttime. I was kind of lounge time. Melina and her mom and Christine were just kind of regular Umbridge. Did I miss anyone? Beth was sporty umbrage, I believe it was. So, you know, we had a good time. It was just silly fun, and I'm sad it's over. Looking forward to seeing them again. You know, getting to chat with your friends online is wonderful, but getting to be actually in the same room with them, so much fun. And it was the first time most of us met Christine in person, who is the apothecary stitcher on Flosstube. Yeah, everybody at this one, we all have floss tubes. So I will list everybody's floss tube in my show notes. Have a great week. I'll stop babbling on, and I will see you next Monday. Bye.
Stressed out, and then she's good at it. Sweet. She was good at the Q-tips too.
There's 4.
You got 4?
Yep. 5.
Yep.
6. We told her not to get 3. 7. 8.
Damn.